You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I am back. Rodrance for Black and White Sports 2. If you're new to the channel, hit subscribe, like, comment, share. Holy crap, let's get into this. We've got two different teams that we've covered a bunch on this channel, all merging into one video, one concoction of explosion, because one thing just happened that you just really don't ever see, because the NFL coaching circles tends to be a one big fraternity, right? Every coach seems to have every other coach's back, except this time. Now, the one thing I've talked about is the fact that Sean Payton is very raw. He's very real. I do expect the Broncos to improve. If they don't, Russell Wilson will not have a gig, and Sean Payton will move on to find himself a different franchise quarterback. But it's very clear, one thing that Sean Payton has made abundantly clear is the coaching with the Broncos last year was shit, was not good, and I think we all knew that. Now, two things can be true. Nathaniel Hackett has a good reputation as an offensive coordinator. Most notably, a good reputation as an offensive coordinator with Aaron Rodgers. In case you're not keeping up, you've been living under a rock. Aaron Rodgers is the New York Jets' new quarterback. That's right. Well, Sean Payton has come out and destroyed Nathaniel Hackett and the Broncos coaching from last year. And my goodness, Robert Saleh answered him back. We've got a full-on new rivalry in the National Football League. All I'm going to say, and I've said this before in Sean Payton videos, really, Jerry Jones, you had a chance to hire this guy? He was available? Sean Payton would have been the greatest Dallas Cowboys coach that we've had in years since the Bill Parcells days. With this attitude, my God, that would have been entertaining. But nonetheless, he's with the Broncos. I'm not even a Cowboys fan, but Jerry loves Sean Payton. That's my point. And there was a time he was almost their coach. Go look that story up from Mike Florio. Sean Payton rips Nathaniel Hackett for Broncos job and then jabs at the Jets over Hard Knocks, folks. My goodness, the football season. Almost here. Training camps are underway. Denver Broncos coach Sean Payton has said he doesn't want his team to look in the rearview mirror, but Payton took a long gaze back in an interview with USA Today Sports that posted Thursday. Now, look, Payton made a lot of comments last year when he was a part of Fox Sports, particularly with Colin Cowherd on his show, in his weekly show, where he talked about the Broncos a lot and how bad it was, it seemed like. In an expansive mood, Payton called the work Nathaniel Hackett and his staff did with the 2022 Broncos, quote, one of the worst coaching jobs in the history of the NFL, and said there were, quote, 20 dirty hands around quarterback Russell Wilson's career worst season that included just 16 touchdown passes and a league-high 55 sacks. Yikes. Ultimately, Payton summed it up with, quote, everything I heard about last season, we're doing the opposite. God almighty. Wow. Payton also took aim at Hackett's new employer, the New York Jets, where Hackett is the offensive coordinator and the team traded for a high-profile quarterback in Aaron Rodgers, much like the Broncos had traded for Wilson last year. Quote, it doesn't happen often where an NFL team or organization gets embarrassed, Payton told USA Today. And that happened here. Part of it was their own fault relative to spending so much effing time trying to win the offseason. The PR, the pomp and circumstance, marching people around, and all of this stuff. Yikes. Quote, we're not doing any of that. The Jets did that this year. You watch. Hard Knocks, all of it. I can see it coming. Look, let me just say this. The New York Jets were very vocal and upfront about the fact that they wanted nothing to do with Hard Knocks. They did not want it. And essentially, the NFL said, nah, you're doing it. Because there's only a couple of teams, like I think 5 teams that technically qualified, and everybody knows the NFL wanted Aaron Rodgers, the New York Jets, and Hard Knocks to all intermingle. And let's face it, I still believe the last best season of Hard Knocks was, of course, Rex Ryan and the New York Jets. It was very damn good television. We all remember that. I can see it coming. Remember when former Washington owner Dan Snyder put that dream team together, ? I was at the Giants in 2000. I was a young coach. I thought, how are we going to compete with them? Deion Sanders is there now. That team won 8 games or whatever. So listen, just put the work in. The Broncos will play the Jets Week 5 hosting Hackett's new team on October 8th. Oh, my goodness. So let's just go over, because Robert Saleh, that's right, has fired back right here. Oh, man, this is going to be good. This is going to be good. He dogged him out, and then we've got Saleh saying the following.
Just kind of curious, A, what your reaction to that is. I mean, you kind of napalm Hackett, and you guys kind of trying to draw attention and whatnot. And B, just as a follow-up to that, do you feel, because of all this stuff, Aaron here and the Hard Knocks and whatnot, if, you become a little bit more of a lightning rod here and that's something you got to deal with?
Well, I'm not going to acknowledge Sean on that. He's been in the league a while. He can say whatever the hell he wants. But as far as what we have going on here, it's I kind of live by saying, if you ain't got no haters, you ain't popping. So hate away. It's obviously we're doing something right if you got to talk about us when we don't play you till week 4, and I'm good with it. But the guys in our locker room, they've earned everything that's coming to them. And really excited about what's going on. I think Hackett's doing a phenomenal job here. The coaching staff is doing a phenomenal job, and we're focused on us. I get it. There's a lot of external noise. There's a lot of people who are hating on us. There's a lot of people looking for us to fail. There's a lot of crows pecking at our neck. But all you can do is spread your wings, keep flying high until those crows fall off and suffocate from the inability to breathe. It's a whole other analogy I'll get into later. But really, really, really excited about the group we have, the coaching that's going on, and but I'm going to keep our focus on us and making sure that we're prepared every single day to do the best we can and learn from our past and grow with every moment that we have.
Okay, so that was Robert Saleh answering back, and in case you didn't exactly get that, if you ain't got no haters, you ain't popping, so hate away. We're obviously doing something right if you got to talk about us when we don't play you until week 4. ESPN said week 5, so I'm not sure when it is, and frankly, I mean, we'll all be there to watch it anyway. It does take me back to something that one of the podcasts I listen to all the time is Michael Lombardi, former NFL GM, exec with the Patriots and the Raiders. And I remember about maybe 6 weeks or 2 months ago, he was pretty critical of Robert Saleh and the New York Jets and sort of the way they were handling the offseason, some of the wording they said around competing for rings or something like that Robert Saleh said, competing for titles. And Michael Lombardi was like, you haven't done anything. You've won the offseason, but you haven't done anything on the field. The production and the wins aren't there yet. And I know Michael Lombardi was very troubled by that, in maybe feeling like there wasn't as much pressure to win, or feel like, hey, we are still chasing it. We're just going to win because of the roster we put together. Now, we know that doesn't always happen. People forget they brought up Washington, but there was another dream team years ago for the Philadelphia Eagles. And Donovan McNabb and Vince Young, I believe, were both on that team, if I remember correctly. Vince Young referred to the team as the dream team. Maybe it might have been Michael Vick at the time and Vince Young, but I think it was Donovan and Vince Young. And that team was a disaster. And they had a bunch of names on that team, and they fell flat on their ass. Now, I'm not expecting that out of the New York Jets. I'm not. So Jets fans will be like, what? I expect the Jets to be very competitive. But I just made a video about Tyreek Hill and the Dolphins and the fact that they're going to score a lot of points. The Patriots, they're going to be better than they were last year. Mac Jones is going to be better than he was last year because Bill O'Brien is a hell of an offensive coordinator. Go look at his seasons he had with Brady running a 2 tight end set. They're going to score more points, okay? Personally speaking, I think the Patriots are going to win 10 games this year, I think. That whole division is going to be ridiculously competitive, never mind Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. Right? So I can kind of see Lombardi's point, and after listening to Robert Saleh, I'm like, I don't know, man. I mean, it feels like it would have been great for to have almost a Bill Belichickian, we're not worried about that. We're not worried about what anybody else says. I'm worried about this football team. That kind of thing would have felt right to me. Sean Payton, he's got a ring. And he had a bunch of winning seasons with the New Orleans Saints. All right? So, all of that aside, I've said this before on this channel. I've been vocal about it. I root for something that is going to be very interesting, very intriguing, something that's going to grab my attention and give me some drama. And football can give you some great drama. We see it on and off the field. This is it. This is the kind of thing. These two coaches going back and forth, setting up now automatically Jets, Broncos, must-see TV. So as football fans, if you're a Jets fan, if you're a Broncos fan, everybody wins here in all of this. Man, I can't wait now. Football season can't get here quick enough. The Russell Wilson Broncos thing with Sean Payton, that's already so interesting. Aaron Rodgers, the Jets, that's already so interesting. I didn't make a video on it, but I can just touch on it now. Aaron Rodgers, pretty vocal about the fact he's not just playing this year. This is a 2 or 3 year thing for Aaron Rodgers, which I think makes this even more intriguing. Because part of me believes, honestly, I could see the Jets winning 10 games, getting eliminated first round, or maybe winning 1 first-round game. But if Aaron Rodgers is still healthy, if Aaron Rodgers can still play at a high level, next year, that's going to be the Super Bowl run for the Jets, I think. Take a year to gel, get some success, come back, chase the Super Bowl next year, I think. Man, this is good. Tell me what you think, Black and White Sports 2 supporters. Peace them out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.